Hey guys, Encore Performance here. Today we will be reviewing the Sicilians, one of their bonuses, and their earliest unique tech, First Crusade. We will be playing against Canadian Conan again on the map Mega Random, myself as the Sicilians, him as the Ethiopians. Of course, I already have a slight advantage after choosing a slightly broken Civ. And if you're wondering why Conan continues to appear in these videos, it's I haven't been playing on ranked lately due to the amount of bugs. So once it gets fixed, I'll start going back to that. But for now, he's been really nice and helpful with this. Since it was mega random, I think we had a mix between 4 legs, but instead we got scammed. We had 2 in each corner and then 1 in the middle, or 2 in these 2 corners. Then we had, I'm going to say maybe it was double resources or something. Because if you look at the amount of sheep I had and double berries, sheep all over the place. So I managed to scout out the map really nice and early. Not my best early game, but it was okay. If we look over, Conan I think is a bit overwhelmed with all these goats. Meanwhile, I've lost most of mine to a scout who just keeps tracking them down. Gonna wall here because I felt I had a nice map for walling with just a few small spots. I could have theoretically walled right here and here, but I hadn't seen that the trees went all the way to here just yet. And go almost all our way up to Feudal Age. Coming up with the barracks. I was a bit behind on wood, which is what happens when you transition into farms this early. I just really wanted to scout because I wasn't sure what the map was. If we look, Conan's starting his walling as well. Not sure what happened here. And he misses a spot here. I don't know if you guys can see, but he has. Almost catching the scout with quick walls there. TC coming. Grabbing wheelbarrow. Building the first of our archers. I was going archers because if we look at the Sicilian, they have land military units receive 50% less bonus damage, which basically means your archers are going to do better versus skirmishers. It means your knights or light cav are going to destroy pikemen. It's just a handy bonus to have. Speaking of which, I'm going to grab my scout cavalry, who's been in his base item on auto scout and trapped down here. It's going to start breaking this palisade wall. Conan's going to notice. You see his scout ran in there. Send some spearmen. You look. I think they got 5 hits there. It was many more hits than you would normally see. Another hit there, 6. So it takes 7 hits to take a scout cavalry with no upgrades. And that skirmisher betrays him running through the gap. And things start going very well. I had brought a skirmisher or 2 of my own, as I had expected him to go archers, as Ethiopians always should. But he predicted my plan very well with a large amount of pikemen and skirmishers, which would either kill my archers or scouts, which would be the best to build in this situation because of the negating bonus damage. We had a bit of micro going there, and I didn't realize how high our resources got, so clicking up to Castle Age, we will be going knights. Now that I saw just how concentrated his army is of skirmishers, we've got 6 there, 3 archers, 8 idle villagers. He should be transitioning into farm soon, especially if he's going to click up to Castle Age. Oh, he is in cap. Well, I guess with the 4 boars. Gonna wait here while we grab light cav. I built 2 scout cavalry while I was still in Feudal Age, as my stables were just sitting there doing nothing, so I thought I'd upgrade them to light cav now. Our 7 knights come through here. I'm sorry, 5 knights to light cav, and they do extremely well for a while until they decide to turn around and fight these pikemen. And if we look, we still have all 7 of them after going in a tussle with 4 pikemen and a large amount of surrounding things. I don't think one's even below half HP. That's how overpowered this tech is. I believe he meant to come down here to wall, but sadly never finished it. And again, you can see we're focusing far too much on micro, and our resources are getting way too high. Right away, I'll notice and go back to that. As you see our cavalry lose their fancy micro, I've built 5 TCs now, which is required. You could go 4, but I feel 5's the best. And we're coming with a castle here for map control, and right now we're going to grab First Crusade. We just finished grabbing our infantry, and as you can see, our infantry upgrades, as you can see, we get 10 free sergeants from each town center of a maximum to 5. So now we have 50 very strong, tanky military units ready to push out. Grabbing a few petards, because as they're slow, it's easy to wall them out. So I wanted to just throw in a petard or two, take down these walls, and catch them by surprise. As you never really know when it's happened till their score shoots up by a couple thousand. I'd say it's 1,000 or 1,500. And the petard comes in here, blows this to bits. As you can see, our sergeants start shredding everything in their way. Coming up with a second castle here, just with the bonus, and we had enough stone for it. And your TCs will probably be placed in bad locations, but so long as this works, it'll be all fine. And they come in here. They start attacking the town center. These 2 petards come in to help them. I throw up a siege workshop in case I want to grab a battering ram or mangonel, as I had not been looking at score and thought he had expanded a bit more. I think this map was a bit of a trap, just the way it had fish, boars, and extra goats, and Conan just forgot the basic build order and went with that. So unless you're doing something like, unless you're on Black Forest and you lure 3 boars from the middle, you should always follow the basic one. Of course, there always will be small little changes based off which strategy you're going for. And this poor villager here, once again, missing a small wall. I know Conan had small trees, but it seems with the new update, all mods were not uninstalled, just unchecked. So he didn't have it at the moment. And he calls the GG. I do as well. And if we go here and look at statistics, you can see the military is much higher. And units killed compared to units lost. Leading in eco. Oh gee. And you can see where First Crusade comes into play. Which is just ridiculous. That they have something that broken. I remember, I think the Cumans 10 free Elite Kipchaks used to be in Castle, actually might still be in Castle Age. I remember when everyone thought that was a little strong, and now with this, it's an Imperial Age. I think it used to be in Castle Age, and people would just build, each team would build a castle, and they'd get 40 like free Kipchaks, and as you can see, they're quite tanky. They went through all that without losing one. Thank you guys very much for watching my short video on the overpowered Sicilian unique tech First Crusade and their resistance to bonus damage on land. I will see you guys next time.